What's up everyone, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and this is the unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy A7. So guys, this is the box and on the front it says Samsung Galaxy A7 at the top. At the center it just says A7 with a triple camera as the caption, and at the top right corner we have a quick icon showing 3 cameras. So this is the 2018 version of the Samsung A7 which comes with triple cameras, which happens to be the best thing about this phone. Now on the sides we have other specifications and manufacturing details and stuff. On the back we have the 3 main highlighting features. That's the triple camera setup. It says triple IntelliCam. It uses probably AI. Next we have infinity display, and probably for the first time on Samsung phones they're using the fingerprint scanner on the side, just like Sony did earlier. And even their budget segment phones like the Samsung J6 Plus and the J4 Plus also come with a fingerprint scanner on the side. Now finally at the bottom it says made for India, dual LTE, and secured by Knox. So this is how the box looks. Now without any further ado, let's just get on with the unboxing. Now this phone is sold online on Flipkart and Samsung Store in 2 variants. Base variant is priced at 24,000 rupees for 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. That's the one we have. And the next variant is priced at 29,000 rupees for 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. It is available in 3 colors, gold, blue and black, and I have the black color. So guys, at the top we have the phone itself, which we'll come back to in a minute. By the way, here's the triple camera setup. Next we have some documentation, quick start guide, warranty information and so on. Next we have the SIM card ejector, old style earphones. For this price at 24,000 rupees, they should have at least given us some good pair of earbuds. Now going on, next we have the regular micro USB charging cable. There's no type C. And finally this is the power adapter, which has a maximum output of 7.5 watt. So there's no fast charging and it even comes with a slower charger. So these are all the contents of the box. Now let's come back to the phone. So guys, this is the phone, and just from initial impressions, compared to the last year's Samsung A7 series, this phone feels kinda normal, because last year's looked just amazing. It just looked like the Samsung S8, while this phone has more like a candy bar design and doesn't look all that appealing. Now with that said, let's have a quick physical overview and then check out the specs. Now this phone is a complete glass build. It has a 2.5D curved glass on the front and back, and supposedly it also comes with Corning Gorilla Glass 3, but I'm not sure if it's just the display or even if this back panel is made of Corning Gorilla Glass. If I get any reliable information, I'll let you know in the comment section below. Now the central frame is made of metal and has this nice glossy looking paint to it. Now because of this curved central frame and the 2.5D curved glass on the front and back, phone feels pretty comfortable in the hand. It kinda feels big, but it still fits and feels comfortable in the hand. Now this is supposed to be the black color, but it looks more like a grey color. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Now with that said, at the top we have the triple camera setup with a 24 megapixel primary camera with f1.7 aperture, which is supposed to be doing a better job even in low lighting conditions. Following that is an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera with 120-degree field of view and f2.4 aperture. And at the bottom we have the 5 megapixel camera with f2.2 aperture used for depth sensing and portrait shots. Following that is a single LED flash and Samsung branding. At the bottom it is completely plain. Now on the front it is a massive 6-inch Super AMOLED display with Full HD Plus resolution with pretty huge bezels at the top and bottom. Above the display we have the 24 megapixel front facing camera with f2.0 aperture with adjustable LED flash, sensors and earpiece. At the bottom it is completely plain and it has a pretty huge chin. Now at the top it has just the secondary microphone for noise cancellation. On the left side it has the SIM card tray that houses 2 nano SIM slots along with a dedicated SD card slot. So that's a pretty good thing. Now at the bottom it has a 3.5mm audio jack, micro USB charging port, primary microphone and a mono speaker. Now on the right side it has the power and volume buttons which are made of metal and have a nice clicky feel to it. And this power button also acts like a fingerprint scanner, and that's the reason it is so huge and kinda flat. Now coming to the rest of the specifications, it sports a Samsung Exynos 7885 octa-core processor with 2 Cortex A73 cores clocked at 2.2 GHz and 6 Cortex A53 cores clocked at 1.6 GHz. It also packs a Mali G71 MP2 GPU, and the entire processor is built using the 14nm FinFET process, so it is pretty power efficient as well. Now this phone will be running a custom skin from Samsung called Samsung Experience version 9.0 based on Android 8.0 Oreo, and it has a decently large 3300 mAh battery. Now coming to the sensors, unlike the Samsung J series phones, it actually comes with all the basic sensors including compass and gyroscope. There isn't anything missing. It also comes with Bluetooth 5.0 and Dolby Atmos for the speaker and the headset. Now with all this phone has a thickness of 7.5 mm and weighs 169 grams. Now 169 grams is neither too light nor too heavy, and in hand phone feels kinda heavy. It doesn't feel all that light. Maybe if you compare it with Samsung S9 Plus or the OnePlus 6, it is definitely lightweight. Now because of the glass bill, it is attracting a lot of smudges and fingerprints, and that's something I really hate about phones with a glass bill. And I wish Samsung could have given us at least a screen guard, tempered glass, or a free case inside the box, just to prevent that. Anyway, let's turn on the phone and see what we get right out of the box. Now there's something I really wanted to test, that's the fingerprint scanner. Not the fingerprint scanner itself, but the position. I'm right-handed, so whenever I hold the phone, my thumb is directly going near the fingerprint scanner, so that's pretty good. At least I don't have to reposition my hand or finger every time I want to unlock the phone. Now this fingerprint scanner is very easily accessible, and its position is definitely better than the fingerprint scanner on the S9 Plus and the last year's S8. Now yes, those are the flagships, but I'm just giving you a reference that the position on the fingerprint scanner on the side isn't that bad. Now when I hold the phone in my left hand, once again, it is quite easily accessible or traceable and reachable using my index finger. So that's a pretty good thing once again. Now give me a second to wrap up the initial configuration. Now just from initial setup, I am registering my fingerprint. It has pattern unlock. Now it's time to register the fingerprint. So while I'm registering it, I'm not getting any kind of haptic feedback. So let's see if it has any haptic feedback or not. It seems like the fingerprint scanner is quite fast. And it's done. So guys, this is how the phone looks once we turn it on. On the left side we have the regular Bixby search, Bixby home screen, and if you swipe up you get access to all the applications. Now these are all the applications that this phone comes with pre-installed, like Amazon Prime Video and so on. And I've already connected the Wi-Fi, so it's not downloading any applications in the background, so that's a good thing. Now coming to settings, let's see the amount of free RAM and storage we get right out of the box. So guys, out of that 4 GB of RAM, we get about 2 GB of free space right out of the box. And coming to storage, out of that 64 GB of storage, we get about 49 GB for our user apps and user data. That's approximately 50 GB. Now let's check the about page. So this phone is running Samsung Experience version 9.0 based on Android 8.0, that's audio. Now most of the phones these days are coming with or shipping with Android 8.1, but this phone is still stuck at Android 8.0. Now for one good thing, it has a September security patch, which is kinda good. It is up to date at least right now. So this is the camera interface. It looks exactly like the previous Samsung phones, except we get a new toggle over here to switch between the regular camera and the wide angle camera. So this is the view from the primary camera. Now this is the 120-degree field of view from the secondary wide angle camera. Let's switch back. Now if you swipe to the right side, you get the live focus mode, which is the portrait mode, and we also get the option to change the amount of blur effect we want before taking a picture. And even after taking a picture, we can change the focus point and blur effect, which is kind of a highlighting feature for a Samsung phone. And on this phone, the portrait mode is called as live focus mode because you can change the amount of blur effect we want in live preview. Now this is the interface for the front facing camera, and just from initial impressions, it looks like the 24 megapixel camera is actually pretty good. So we have to see more in the pictures. Now you also get selfie focus, that's portrait selfies, and on the right side you also get AR emojis where you can add all these stickers, and they seem to be working pretty well as well. Now you can also download additional Animoji or AR stickers from here. Now it also has wide selfie mode, which is just a panorama mode for the front facing camera. So this is a camera interface, and you also get this gesture where you can simply show your palm to take a selfie, and that's how it works. So here's another quick preview, and it is working without any issues. Now let's go to settings. Now this phone can record video at a maximum of Full HD resolution, so there's no 4K, and it looks like this phone has electronic image stabilization, so that's a pretty good thing. Now let me register my facial data, and then we can do face unlock and fingerprint scanner both at once. So guys, I've set up the fingerprint scanner and face unlock, so let's test it now. First we'll start with the fingerprint scanner. So this phone has a fingerprint scanner on the side, as I've told you earlier. Now I can simply touch it to unlock. It is kinda slow. So it is able to read the fingerprint pretty quickly, but it is taking like a second to unlock the phone. Now you can also press the fingerprint scanner to unlock it immediately as well, but you get that prompt. So it's better to just touch it. By the way guys, there is no haptic feedback even when I use the correct fingerprint or the wrong fingerprint. So we just simply don't know if the fingerprint scanner is working or not unless your phone actually unlocks. Now let's test face unlock. This is more like good lighting conditions. I'm not wearing my glasses and my eyes are open. So here's the test. It's taking like a second. By the way, I have enabled a feature called faster facial recognition and it is still kind of slow. Like it's taking like a second to unlock. This is probably better than the previous Samsung phones, but it is definitely nowhere near phones like Poco F1, Vivo V9 Pro, Oppo F9, which also comes with face unlock feature. Most of the time I'm able to see the lock screen. Now I'm going to close my eyes and see if it can unlock the phone or not. So even with closed eyes, it is unlocking the phone, which is kind of unsecure, maybe according to some people. Next, I'll be wearing my glasses. By the way, this is what the front camera sees. Now with my glasses, face unlock works, but it is kind of slow. Like it's taking few milliseconds more. So on the whole, it works even with glasses on. Now let me turn off all the lights in the room. So there are absolutely no lights in this room. Let's see without glasses. So in complete darkness, it's taking like maybe a second or two to unlock the phone. So even in pitch darkness, it works, but it is taking some time. Now let's test with glasses in complete darkness. And even in complete darkness and low lighting conditions, it is working even with glasses on. So guys, that's the test for face unlock in all lighting conditions. Now let's test the speaker loudness. So guys, audio experience is pretty good. It is not very loud, but the audio quality is actually pretty good. So over here in the notification toggles, we have the toggle for always on display. So this is the always on display. You get a quick preview of the time and notifications. Now this always moves around to prevent screen burning issues. So that's a pretty good thing. Now in the same notification area, we should also have a toggle for Dolby Atmos. Now here's the toggle for Dolby Atmos. It works, but it only works with a headset. It doesn't work with a speaker. So if you use a headset and you want to have a better audio experience, make sure to turn on Dolby Atmos. Now as this is a Samsung phone, it is loaded with tons of features. Check out my video on best features. It will be posted pretty soon for more information. But these are the new features I found on this phone. First we have the fingerprint gesture. So just turn it on and now you can swipe down on the fingerprint scanner to pull down the notification bar, which I simply love it. Next, this phone also has navigation gestures. To turn it on, go to display settings, then select navigation bar. Make sure this particular toggle is enabled. Now select this option. Now double tap this dot over here to hide the navigation bar and you get these gestures. So you can swipe from the right side to go back, swipe at the center to go home, swipe on the left side for recent apps. So this is pretty much a poor implementation and it is kind of buggy right now. So to disable that, you need to select this option first and just toggle this toggle. That's a funny thing to say. Anyway, you get your regular navigation bar and this dot over here can be used to hide the navigation bar. Simply double tap it, navigation bar hides, and if you want to see the navigation bar, you can swipe from the bottom like that. Now when you open any application, navigation bar hides, but when you go to the home screen, it's visible. So it's a super handy feature and this is one of the few phones that has this implementation. Now before I conclude, These are the Antutu and Geekbench scores, and these are the sample pictures taken using the front and rear cameras. So guys, this is the new Samsung Galaxy A7 with the new triple camera setup, glass build, a fingerprint scanner on the side, and a few new software features. So what do you think about this phone? Do let me know by commenting below this video, and if you are planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It always helps the channel. And if you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag AskGreedyTech on Twitter, and we will try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.